man.
Top Lobster Productions.
Neph to America is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Neph to America, your cultural commentary for the end of days. What happened? You burned yourself?
Hot. That cough is
Well, it's cold, so it's nice to have something hot.
Good
Guys,
dynamic.
We are guamming at you live from the Standard Coffee Shop and Casino / NDS Studio / Fabrication Shop.
Guamming and blapping.
Guamming and blapping. If you're looking for a way to support us, consider going on over to patreon.com /Nephilim Death Squad. Signing up at whatever tier you'd like. You're going to gain early access to episodes, unedited versions, because you go on YouTube and there's a bunch of words bleeped out. And you also gain access to tickets to Bohemian Grove before anybody else does. And I have a feeling that...
How's that venue coming along? Did we...
I don't know. Matt is in conversations, and we've not heard back after we told them what the show was. Because what they
like, by the way, what's the show?
They
And
were
we
like,
told them,
I love all that stuff. Aliens and the Bible, that's all great. What's the name of the show so I can look into it? And then ever since then,
like,
it's been
here's the
crickets.
links. Yeah, they're like,
we haven't heard anything back.
like, we read that Leesburg article. Guys, if you joined the Patreon, I've been floating around an idea just 3 seconds ago.
That's it.
Getting you guys some Matt coin. If you guys are early investors in Matt coin, I don't know how I'm going to structure this. These take a little while to do, and there is some man work to put them together. But I'm thinking like at the $10 level, and if you paid shipping, which is going to be probably like $2 on this, only for Patreon members. That's right. We're not going to rug pull you like Epstein with the...
No, these are going to
with
be
Bitcoin.
You know,
we're not doing
Fallout
that.
where they use bottle caps. This is what we're going to be using in the post-apocalyptic.
That's right. We got the big
world.
One. Look at that one.
We got that big Matt.
Big Matt.
You got to hold, buy low and hold. Guys, it's going to be a really interesting episode today. Number one, we're stacked. It doesn't matter if you're not a Patreon viewer, but if you are a Patreon viewer, we got 3 episodes that we're going to be working on today. So busy day. And over the weekend, we had the DOJ release a ton of files on Epstein, and it's been dark, honestly. It's been, we all understand the context of what happened on the island and what he was involved in. Well, maybe we don't actually, because it seems like this guy is the producer, or he's involved with every golden apple you could imagine. That was what I really came to the conclusion. I'm flipping through this, as the sleuths on Twitter are pouring through thousands of files from the DOJ, and a lot of names, a lot of really harrowing descriptives. What I will say is I don't know exactly what this is. These are accusations. These are email conversations. None of this stuff has been settled in court. And so it's not like we've gotten convictions or anything like that. Don't get that far ahead. But it does seem like these are genuine conversations, text-based, email-based conversations between Epstein and a plethora of other people. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to pour through today. And people are going, well, how do we know that this is even real?
That's a great question.
And what I say to that is...
We don't.
But we do know that the DOJ, either this is real or the Department of Justice wants us to believe it's real.
Yeah. It's actually really funny to think about how they wound up Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, and they were like, get out there and tell them that it's bullshit. Yeah. And then like 6 months later, they're like, watch this.
Yeah. And what I'll say is it confirms is a strong word. It reinforces Pizzagate.
Yep.
Some of the worst stories that we've heard. I would say we've gotten some form of confirmation outside of conviction, confirmation on everything short of frazzle drip.
Wow.
That's how far it's gone.
We should probably just take this episode down from YouTube now. There's really no safe way to talk about that. Right?
I I don't know. I mean, I think what we'll do is we'll ease into the conversation. We'll give everybody a 15-minute warning, right? We're at the 5-minute warning. Guys, if you're on YouTube, you're going to get a highly redacted version of this conversation. You're really going to want to go over to
You're
Patreon.
going to get an Epstein file
You're going to
version.
get an Epstein file version. Everything's going to be blacked out, even the transcripts. So, I mean, I guess the best way to do this is just to kind
What's
of.
your hat say there? Make what?
Oh, it says make millennials great again. And on the other side, it says okay, boomer. And on the other side, it says Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oof.
And by the way,
Damn.
it seems that Epstein, based off of these files, did not.
Yeah.
Was in fact swapped out.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy who came out on 4chan during the height of the Epstein situation. And he came out and he said, I'm a guard here. Something unprecedented has happened. A van has shown up in the night. It didn't sign the formal paperwork. You know, when you're doing drop-offs or whatever, or anything, you have to sign in a logbook and such. It avoids all of that. And then he says he believes they swapped Epstein in the cell. Now, that guy was anonymous for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And these files that the DOJ released just identified that guy as a guard on shift that night named Robert something. So now that guy's a real guy. And it confirms that 4chan thing. And a lot of us remember when the image came out of Epstein on the table, when you was a profile view,
the
and
ear was
different. Yeah. And so, and I remember there were pictures that supposedly came off of like a drone or something like that, flying around the island that saw Epstein chopping it up with one of the landscapers on a golf cart.
Mm-hmm.
And this is supposedly post-mortem. So it looks like that theory has some real legs. The dude never died. And I said earlier, we're going to get into it. It seems like everything. I mean, we have communications with Bill Gates talking about running a pandemic simulation.
Dude, it is everything. And at first, I'll admit, I'd say, what's the reason to not kill him, right? Like, if he's just another dude that you put in place here, I'll be like, yeah, whatever, take him out and put another guy in.
Yeah.
But these emails are revealing the things that this guy knew and was into. I think Owen Benjamin made an episode yesterday on Rumble about it. He was talking about, well, Steve Bannon interviewing Epstein, and he was like, this one dude, Bannon, is a wizard with words. This other dude is just a straight up wizard. And as I'm like, I watch pieces of that interview, I'm like, this guy is a wizard.
Yeah, that's something that we've not had really come across the table. It was like, you know, we had the Netflix documentary, which they even talk about that in these emails. And that seemed like damage control to kind of absolve Maxwell of any culpability, kind of like lightly painting her as a victim, Epstein as this mastermind, and then like really just
also
17-year-old girl, 16-year-old girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That gray line of what do they call that in the libertarian circles? The age of consent.
Yeah.
Shout out Clint Russell.
By the way, I've been watching the libertarians just murder each other for that.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into that, but it's just funny watching them eat each other alive now because, you know, Trump, this, that, and the other thing.
You're talking about like Jose and
yeah. And I kind of appreciate Jose's point of view, you know, where it was like, oh, you know, this fucking dude, I might be mischaracterizing his point of view, but like, oh, you know, we were all dog walked into voting for this guy, and then he fucking goes ahead and weaponizes ICE or whatever to whatever degree.
Yeah, I mean, listen, how would you know that was going to happen? That's
of course
not
you were false promised down the, you know.
Yeah, I think Jose's getting a little bit goofy with like some of the immigration stuff, because Dave Smith was like, hey, listen, just fucking, he's like, Dave Smith's argument is like, there might be a better way to get these immigrants out of here.
Yeah. Instead of just killing people. I mean, you know.
Guys like, hey, I agree. But then the libertarians are like, oh, so now we're immigrated, like we're gonna deport people, and Dave's like, yeah.
Well, I mean, you do gotta go, right? I don't know. The whole thing is
this guy's got a head this
goofy.
big, you know?
You know what I will say though, is I like watching, it's been a long time since I've talked to Jose. I like watching the extremism.
Yeah.
Like the extremists, like he's become something akin to and I don't think this is even a negative thing, like a homegrown terrorist. You know what I mean?
He's
like,
always been.
He's very extreme. I like. Well, you don't realize that until the rubber meets the highway, and like it actually matters. It's just like when you think that your opinions between you and somebody else don't matter politically until something big happens.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened with Jose. Here's what happened with all of Tower Gang. To be honest, Tower Gang was the glue, was the silly glue.
I would have loved to have seen a Tower Gang episode on the Epstein files. I really would.
It wouldn't have been about the Epstein. It would have been about everything else.
It would have been funny.
Tower Gang was the glue that was holding all these people from going into their separate ecosystem. So Clint is now full political.
Yep.
Jose is now full agorist, libertarian theory.
Yep.
And that can get very goofy.
Yeah.
even though like there are very good points there, but it can get goofy. I think Toad is the only person who is still lost.
You know what he's been doing?
Uh,
Banger after banger after banger.
yeah.
Toad has been the gift that keeps on giving on X. Some
He
of
has
the
kept
best one-liners.
He's kept the heart of Tower
So
Gang.
funny.
Unfortunately, the most unfit person to do so.
Speaking of fit people, it seems Cole has gone straight fitness.
Cole straight fitness.
Straight fitness.
And I went straight Bible.
Yeah.
So like we all
everybody
went to
became
the
extremists. Yeah, yeah. I like it. No, I enjoy it. But so getting back to this Epstein thing, I don't know where would be a great place to start. I'm thinking maybe we'll go light. And we'll pull this up right here. What I have is a tweet from Santino, the real Santino. I don't know who he is. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Let's pull this up on the screen.
Doesn't
it says,
matter.
Breaking Epstein files. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, the man in Florida. Like I said, we're going easy. In 2008, we're going easy. So in 2008, my boss said to me, the FBI is on the phone. Did you see James Bulger kidnap a child? I said, I did. That night, I was by Ron DeSantis. Whoa. I remember that night.
Was he wearing his white boots?
What was he wearing? Was he wearing the thick heeled boots? I woke up naked on my floor, tied up and beaten while James Bulger, I guess Whitey Bulger, right? Stood there with a gun. Then Ron DeSantis came with a capital C in and me. He said, by the time I remember him, I'll be locked up as a psychopath. Then a woman came in and had fake with me.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe a screen memory. You're trying to implant a screen memory. Altercation. He even says by the time you remember him, you'll be locked up as a psychopath. So maybe they introduced this woman to just further muddy the waters. So fake with me. And that woman is Nancy Mace. James Bulger said he was going to put it on you porn. It's like a website. I couldn't remember this. This was my punishment for telling. I am not a psychopath, nor am I a predator. I am a victim of many rapists. These FBI agents, I got sold to be and never asked for this life.
Wow. A lot of.
And if you go through the comments, I did look at this one before just to make sure that there was actual.
I like somebody says, how true is this?
How true is this? Well, that's a fair question. And really, that's a fair question about any of this. But I think I remember going through this. Where the hell was it? There was some place I found the rest of the emails from this.
A lot of these. What is the context of this email, though? Is it witness testimony or is this
well,
email,
now I'm
like
upset because I definitely had a chain because I was like, this is wild. I really want to confirm this one because it's not
we live here.
because we live here and there was and I found it and I guess I made the mistake of thinking that I found it in this thread and it's
hey,
not
chat,
in this
real
damn
quick,
thread.
sorry to interrupt.
Is this real?
Can you drink hot coffee through a straw? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you could do that. Why not?
Is that against the rules?
Dude, I even have a little bit of a theory. I'm like,
I'm allowed.
Are they turning the temperature up? I mean, down to such a degree that everybody's going to be indoors for this drop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nothing else to do. Can't go outside. Snowed in. It's so cold here in Florida.
It did break a lot of rules. So they dropped it on Friday. And Friday is a day that you would want to drop a story to be spiraled and then like run into the ground. By Monday, no one remembers. But what if you keep everybody in their houses?
Yeah.
What if you soft lockdown them?
I think that's exactly what's happened. And we've gotten to this point where what we did was we sleuthed all weekend because what the hell else are you going to do? It's so cold.
Yeah.
And we came out the other end with all of this really, really fun stuff.
By the way, guys, you like our new skull?
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
We got to go to the main.
Bloop. We'll go to the main bloop. Yeah. Our new skull right there, baby.
It has a nose because we didn't shatter this one.
Mm-hmm. Look at that one. Beautiful.
We didn't do that.
Anyway, we'll continue.
Here, let's get into this. I want to do the light stuff, the fun stuff before we get really deep into it. And we have one here from Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. And this actually comes by way of Red Panda Koala,
I didn't
the homie.
see this one.
This is fun. So he quotes it. I'll read it straight from her. Nicki Minaj says, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Nicki Minaj.
Dog.
Yeah, dude. I want to warn people. If you're not into this kind of thing, this is going to be an ultimate golden apple bonking episode, and it's going to be rough in its nature. And so if this isn't your thing, I know a lot of we've accrued
heavy on the juice.
we've accrued an audience that is much wider than it used to be. And so I just want to warn those people, like if this isn't your bag, you already know what this is about, right? Maybe check out and catch us on a
If
later
this is your
episode.
bag, you know what? We're gonna get off of all the platforms now. If this is your bag, there's a 7-day free trial on Patreon. Go there and watch the rest of the episode with us there, because this is just, we have to edit it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit it tremendously.
Nicki
and-
Minaj is saying, "Wow, we got to edit this. We can't.
this
we simply
isn't.
cannot."
This isn't. And there's a lot of other fun stuff that is dropped, including the whole 3,300-year-old text confirming.
NDS on MySpace would be a banger.
Yo,
Does MySpace still exist?
Who is on MySpace? What does that audience look like?
I'm still on MySpace, probably.
Are you really?
I think so. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
gotta
on
find my old.
MySpace.
That would be a good move.
I'm not on MySpace. Okay. So speaking of Red Panda Koala, I got another one from him that's interesting. So I'm gonna share this tab instead. It says, oh wait, actually, I'll wait for you to bring it up on screen so people can read
right.
along.
All right, hold on. You could do it. You can bring it up on screen.
Oh yeah, that's
baby.
right. I forgot I could do that. Let's do.
All right, we're off
and
YouTube.
All right. So here we go. This is Red Panda Koala once again. I reached out to him and
They them.
Tupa, they them and Tupa. By the way, when we were at Chili's yesterday, your child made a little Zimzer they them so mad.
Oh,
It was
is that
so
what
funny.
that was? Nobody explained it to me.
I didn't bother because I was like, look at this little fucking homo.
What
He
happened?
was getting all wound up. He was trying to walk
Yeah.
down to go like get to a table he was serving.
Oh, don't do that. Not around my kids.
And your kid was like standing in the way. And instead of being like, excuse me, buddy, or anything normal, he just like got really mad and he stood there. He just froze and he stood there for mad long. And then he just turned around and walked away. And I was like, dude, you just got defeated by a toddler, you little homo. Just
Hell
say
yeah.
something. Good God. Anywho,
Alpha predator.
so Red Panda Koala, I reached out to him and Tupacabra. They said they'd be interested in coming on the show. I
And
sent
then
them a
they
link.
said, "Psych." Did you see that right after?
No, they didn't say psych. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. It says Alex Clocus. What is it? Cloaca. Alex Cloaca is in the Epstein files.
Who's that?
Alex Clocus. I don't know. He is the lead investigator in the UFO disclosure group Skywatcher.
Investor.
Oh, I thought it's an investigator. My bad. Lead investor in the UFO disclosure. I wonder if he's the billionaire backer that this guy has. Group Skywatcher that launched last year. Skywatcher purported that psionic assets would use psychic abilities to summon UFOs. They also said left-handed, gays, and children were more psychic.
I'm left-handed
You're psychic.
and gay.
You're psychic, bro. Here, let's get into this a little bit. So this is an email to Masha Drakova, whoever that is, from Brian Johnson. So I don't understand what the significance. Let's get into it. It says, thank you, Masha. Hi, Redacted. I'm in town until Wednesday afternoon. I have a really tight schedule. Would like to meet up with Jeffrey if possible.
That's why it's in here.
There you go. What does his schedule look like? And then Masha says, great meeting you, Brian. Putting here blank. She'll help to coordinate. All right, so that's redacted too. And then thank you, Alex, promoting to BCC. Have included Alana and Suzanne to help on time. Okay, this is the part I guess it's actually underlined. It says, hello to you both. You're already brief, so I'll keep this short. Brian is building Colonel. And today I spoke with Masha about the potential value of him and Jeffrey chatting. Masha has spoken with Jeffrey and will be working with this team or with his team to hopefully coordinate time to connect before Brian leaves. Okay, so this is from Alex Clocus, CEO of Futurism, trying to organize this meeting with Jeffrey Epstein and another dude named Brian who's building Kernel. I don't know what Kernel is. I wonder if that is like an app or something like that. It seems to be a clickable, but we can't click it. I just find it interesting that there seems to be some correlation between Epstein and disclosure. And this is kind of what I was getting at the top of the show. It seems like Epstein is involved in a number of things. Throughout the release of the files over the weekend, we've seen his hand in MK Ultra disassociation techniques. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to pull up here. So that is kind of like leaning toward where they're talking about these psionic abilities of people. And there is here's from Nick Hinton.
Oh yeah, this one's interesting.
Yeah, this email is very interesting. So Oh boy.
Have you seen this show, by the way, that he's talking about?
The OA? No.
Yeah. If you want to keep that on the screen, and I'll just read Nick's tweet before it, like the lead up to it, because it is interesting. The OA is a fascinating show. A fascinating show. It was actually one of my favorite shows. I think the second season was ass. But the first season was remarkable. He says Epstein email leaks confirm what television shows like the OA and Stranger Things have been telling us for years. When trauma-based mind control fractures someone's psyche, the victim gains psychic ability. Science is just coming full circle to ancient demonic practices. And then you have this email pulled up here. I just want to say,
I love how like the boomers look. M in Paris
M in Paris.
instead of I am.
Boomers.
Yeah, this is like what my aunt does. I'm like,
Am in Paris. I am, you idiot. All right,
yeah,
whatever. Fine.
but they have to, you know, they've got kids to, so we've got to
you got to be expedient.
Yes. M in Paris was about to write you and it popped up. She's a classic stage 3 in the model outlier who is intelligent, was traumatized when she was young, abuse, and now gradually coming into her own and becoming self-realized. Can share our text interactions with her permission, which is odd.
Yeah, they're like, we'll her.
But we need her permission to share our text interactions.
Oh,
I guess
shit.
because she's come into her own now.
Yeah, now she's got agency. So
They've already created this state within her.
and I like that they put it right in parentheses, like abuse. So you know it's the good.
Yeah, just
it's the good guy.
it's the
She's good.
not that soft shit. Like we didn't make her watch
No,
TV.
we didn't just scare her.
Yeah.
It wasn't a jump scare.
Wow.
We BF'd her.
Starting to develop special abilities. This trip, we found a lot of stories like this, though she is more on the extreme side, given her biographical history. So
That's
now we're
interesting.
talking about
Genetics?
genetics. We're talking about what would you call that? Not ritualistic, bloodline stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're saying there. Yeah. And that's interesting because I have something else on that. And maybe I'll pull that up next. So keep this going.
Have been working with many such people with a model with good success. Also very interesting. Many such people. That's a thing that Michael Malice says a lot. And I'm not implicating him in this one.
No, but it's a phrase that entered the zeitgeist and then has been used
many such cases.
in many
that
such
kinda- yeah.
cases, many such people. Yeah.
Incidentally, she's based in New York City. Can't set a meeting if you have interest in London with the group. That leverages ibogaine. So I think that's ibogaine.
Yeah, that's a psychedelic.
Yeah, and spiritual traditions from Gabon to offer this
Gabon.
alternate paradigm. So another very interesting little ripple in the Epstein files, and I gotta wonder why the fuck are you guys talking about this kind of stuff?
Well, here, let's bring
if
this
none of
up
it's
before we
related?
go any further, because this is a perfect little brief addendum, or not addendum, but a connection here. Epstein, souls. This is from Jay Dyer. Souls have special magic DNA. Gentiles don't. So this is from Mark Fisher to Jeffrey Epstein.
By the way,
back
if
in
you're
2010, this guy was
on it.
yeah, dude.
If you guys are not anti-Semitic, if you read this,
Oh my God.
the way that and this is always my point when I'm talking, whoever I'm talking to is like, I understand what the Bible says about it and I understand how we should be reacting to it.
Yeah.
But dude, it's a reality of how they view you.
Yeah.
And we just happened to realize a lot longer ago. And now I feel like the cat's out the bag. Like the way they're casually talking to each other, just throwing around. It's basically they're throwing around the N-word.
Oh yeah, well they do throw that that one around quite a bit as well.
Yes.
But yeah,
Base.
somebody checked out like goyim. How often the
200
word
times.
No, I think it was more than that. Was it? Maybe it was like 234 times in all these files is the word goyim mentioned.
That's a rough one because that's like, again, if you're saying the N-word, we're just talking about black people. If you're saying goyim, you're talking about black people, white people. You're talking about everybody except for Jews.
Yeah.
And the way they're talking about the goyim as if they are cattle.
Yeah.
And in these emails, the people look, I love the email name, Jeffrey Epstein Vacation.
Yeah.
It's like, this
Here,
is a
by the way,
vacation group.
bring this up real quick before we go on to this thing. It says Solar Requiem, Jeffrey Epstein reads the Talmud, had emails mocking Goyim, had emails with other billionaires, performed satanic rituals mocking Christ. The left, this was about class struggle, right? And then it's this
Can't save these people.
what's
They're
this
too
dude
far
freaking
gone.
out? He's such a great actor. Ever since he got
Spider-Man.
BF'd in the mountain. No, that's not Spider-Man. He
Oh,
BF'd Spider-Man.
Right. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
yes.
Gyllenhaal, yeah.
That's Bubble Boy. My
That's
bad.
Bubble Boy, right. So
I specifically enjoy Laura Loomer's takes on this, where it's like Qatar was paying.
oh
Jeffrey
my
Epstein. I'm
God.
like,
Well, that's the thing
"Oh."
is
It's
I
very
saw
funny.
somebody say, you know what? I didn't see any Muslim people or any black people named in the Epstein files, which of course Jay-Z is totally named in this.
Totally black.
But whatever. Pusha T is also named in it. Whatever, no big deal.
Pusha T?
Pusha, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, Kanye said that.
He
By the
did.
way, Kanye not named in the Epstein files.
Kanye had Pusha T on his Christian track at the very end. What happened?
And then he said that he betrayed him. He
What
said
a
he'd been betrayed. We said he was betrayed by a lot of people. Did you see the tweet that Kanye put out? He's like, a list of people that betrayed me. It's so funny, dude. It names his own kid. It names Hitler.
His own kid.
It's so funny, dude. But Pusha is on there and Jay-Z is on there.
Is Justin Timberlake on it?
I don't know if Justin, but
I said Lenny Kravitz is definitely on this.
oh,
list.
100% he's got to be. But yeah,
Just
so
throwing names.
everybody's like, oh, it was only white people, and it's like, actually, no, it's predominantly people. But there goes that old,
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Little old switcheroo that tends to happen throughout history.
I'm not doing this.
I'm not ruining this.
I'm
All
not
right,
doing this
so
right now.
from Mark Fisher to Jeffrey Epstein, is an email here. It says,
I'm not doing this.
I thought about our conversations on meditation. Actually, it's not that hard. Why? A soul has a very different
Crazy.
structure.
Sorry.
I love this.
But you
Jewish
know what,
soul-
though? As he's talking about this shit, I'm like, when he's talking with Steve Bannon, I'm like, damn, maybe.
Sure.
This
Sure.
dude's a fucking
But
wizard.
honestly, the Steve Bannon conversation and all the things that Epstein is talking about, if you go back and you look at the emails where it's like they're talking about a simulated pandemic,
Mhm.
and then it's like, and then the dude didn't die, he was swapped out, and I'm just thinking about everything that took place.
Yeah, that the pandemic happened right after he was swapped out.
This dude, I don't want to attribute this. I don't know what this is, but what it seems like they want us to think is that this dude is the mastermind puppet master kind of character that's been pulling the levers and doing all the things since. And I'm like, no, I don't want to attribute that because I could feel like that's what the logical conclusion is. But it is bizarre. It's like,
it's hard not to, right?
And then it's like, you think about all the conspiracies that came to the forefront after that time, 2020. He's interested in all of them.
Yeah.
He's interested in disclosure. He's interested in psionic abilities and trauma-based mind control and all this shit.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And then I say nothing. I
was doing that shit to Matt and Chili's.
No. It's something I was thinking about yesterday in the shower. Jeffrey Epstein.
Shower thoughts.
Yeah. Just letting it rain down on me, baby.
Right.
Showering. Jeffrey Epstein is born in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
He grew up, his formative years were in Seagate, Coney, so I lived in Coney Island, and I actually was born in Seagate.
Yeah.
That's where that haunted house was that my aunt tells you about, my cousins. And something about Seagate, the people, like I would hang out with people from there, but I'd always keep my distance because there's like this, for me, there's this darkness, this like kind of like
rape.
Yeah, there's this fallen aspect. Like once you walk beyond that gate, and it's like on the other side of the gate is ghetto. You're dealing with a different type of darkness.
Yeah.
No, I mean like
I
didn't mean it.
You forgot the chirp. All right,
I didn't mean. I told you we went full straight Bible.
Yeah, dude, we're better now.
Yeah, we're better. We're not better. No. It's but it's that fallen darkness, like poor violence, that kind of shit.
It's like they're
It's the ghetto.
Well, that's their pen to pull from.
Yeah, they're like looshing energy from there.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the other side of that gate, there's like this temple. There is, the house that I grew up in or that I was born in was haunted.
Yeah, that's right.
My entire family through there was haunted. Everybody I know there, addicted to drugs, hopelessly addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
I got zoned into a high school. I wanted to go to Abraham Lincoln High School for
I went to
veterinary.
Abraham Lincoln Elementary School.
Hell yeah, rail splitters. I went there for animal science because I did that for 4 years, but I was zoned into another high school where all the kids from Seagate were zoned to.
Okay,
so I got pushed out, and my parents actually helped fight to get me into Lincoln, which is wow, what an upgrade. But all the kids that went to that high school ended up in rehab. Some of them ended up dead. All of them ended up on drugs, downs, and their parents are all affluent. But it's something about that place. Like when you get across
the spirit
that gate,
of that place,
it's dark, man. It's
well, that's where the epicenter of industry took place when America was first colonized. Every affluent, somebody with money, time to burn, and an unhealthy curiosity,
Mhm.
you could have found him in New York.
Yep.
I mean, you think about even Aleister Crowley doing the Amalantra workings. I think he got a cabin off the Hudson or something like that. It's like New York is old in that way.
Mhm.
Appalachia Mountains, yada yada. I think there's probably a power, a principality over that place that's like
Also,
well seasoned.
doesn't help that the entire community is it's all like Hasidic Jews. And then like if you're not a Hasidic, you're you're a regular.
It's like on the surface in the streets, untold amounts of sinful chicken blood. Beneath the surface, in the tunnels,
You don't want to know, dog.
you don't want to know.
Yeah. I just find that very interesting. Like as a side note, that this dude came from there in the 60s, 70s, was growing up around there. And it still has this darkness about it. Like if
I'm wondering. I won't say Appalachia again. Anyway, I'm wondering if what we're looking at in Epstein is our generation's Crowley.
whoa. Huh.
I don't want to attribute that to
On a
him
much higher level though.
on a much higher level because he's got access to
Well,
a lot of
no.
money and technology.
Crowley was like involved with world wars.
And he was
Well,
involved
so was
in
this guy.
MI6 and all kinds of things like that. But I'm saying like this guy has technology that Crowley never could have gotten his hands on.
Yeah,
You know, Crowley was doing it by way of butt magic. This guy's like, okay, yeah, butt magic important, but also let's split some molecules, baby.
yeah.
Let's see what this jismus goo looks like under this microscope.
That is a great observation. Man, okay, so the modern day Crowley.
That seems to be just given his ties and his interests and his cultural
of work.
impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's pretty vast. So okay, the rest of this email.
Excellent observation, David.
He goes, souls have a very different structure, different ingredients, components, relates to its higher levels differently, has different higher levels, relates to itself and other people in a different manner than a soul. To use repair methods, meditation on something as sensitive as a soul requires the right tools. I mean, you cannot fix an Aston Martin with a Ford pickup truck tool set. With the right meditation, it isn't so hard. You're trying to fix a soul. If you're coming to New York the week of the 22nd, that is good for me. It is off. It's the off week for chemo. Meanwhile, this dude's dying of cancer. Yeah, hello. All the best, Mark. So I just wanted to toss that in there because it's like,
I think there's something to that.
not a good look for the sentiment. You know what I mean? Like the current climate of questioning.
Yeah.
This is not helping.
Well, okay,
This is not helping.
let's ask some weird questions.
All right.
If the Jews are God's people, and also what is it? This is another thing. I mean, this comes down to bloodline. So you really have to isolate that bloodline and not the apostate blood. But then also like, there are tribes of Jews that were mixing with the Nephilim that were all mixed up out there. Could be talking about that, but like,
Is that what you think that's what he's talking about?
I don't know. It could be either, but I do think that, listen, if God made a covenant with the people,
Yeah.
like the real people, like let's say you were like from like the Levite tribe
Yeah.
or from the tribe of Judah, and your bloodline could be traced to that. Are there certain genetic markers within your blood that would make you slightly different than other people? Like you made a covenant with the one true God. Does that change your DNA in some form or fashion? Is that written in your DNA?
Well, it's interesting because look at the way he's wording this. A soul has very different structure, ingredients, components.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you're dealing with somebody who's not even questioning the existence of a soul. That's already, a presupposition. Now what he's delving into is its composition,
Right.
which is like, how do you even quantify that? What
Would
are you
you-
talking about?
It's interesting because it doesn't say better or worse. It's saying that, well, I mean, he's comparing an Aston Martin to a Ford, but like these things,
yeah.
I'd rather drive a Ford pickup
I
truck.
would rather, yeah.
It's better for what I want to do. And
I
Aston
want an
Martin
old
is-
F-150 would be real nice.
Yeah, but well, the thing is like, okay, so all right, let's say these things are vastly different. I don't think that he's incorrect. And the way to deal with this would be in a much different manner. That he mentions what meditation and a couple of
Well,
other
this
practices.
is going to be, I think you're going to find this in the Sephiroth, right? The Kabbalist teachings, meditative, soul healing kind of practices. And there's also something I think about that came up recently with the red bracelet, the Kabbalah bracelet, and its association with Epstein. Somebody came up and absence of the Holy Spirit. That's
Damn.
interesting, Barry Texan. That's actually fascinating. But somebody came up and I looked at it briefly, but it was like a connection wrapping up Candace and Ian Carroll in this. And I said, huh, that's fascinating. Maybe I can find it later on in the episode. I'll see if there's any meat on those bones. I mean, that's what's really been crazy about it, is like trying to pick a thing.
Yeah.
We're 35 minutes into the show. We've gotten through only a couple things. There's a whole sleuth of shit out here. I mean, thousands of people are doing keyword searches. I'd love to see somebody do a keyword search on Jesus, Holy Spirit, things of that nature, because there are keyword searches on demons. There's even videos, right, of well, I guess it was a conversation with Steve Bannon where Epstein is talking about his fear of the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot here, man.
I did see so Face Like the Sun.
Oh yeah, shout out those guys. That's Gons.
Gons, yeah. Gons had retweeted something. I don't know. Maybe I just liked it. But it was one basically somebody emailed Epstein a track, like a church, or here it is. Yeah, so he says interesting in the Epstein files. I'll share this so that way people could see it. But it's not really that big of a deal, I guess. But the name of the sender is redacted. I don't know who this is from. It's from the folks at the Daily Disciples, or someone who used this in a Bible study and added it in the email. They had a conversation with him, and they were compelled to send him a Christian devotional about hope. And
yeah, there was a thing. A list of his favorite scriptures came out.
Yeah.
A list of Epstein's favorite scriptures. I'm like, I mean, obviously that doesn't mean
dude was, but listen, I know he was into some like really bad shit.
Well, we have to be careful here, because there is something that's happening, and it's happening with Nick Fuentes, and I see it being echoed to some degree with Red Panda and those guys, where they're saying like this guy kind of crushed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got to be careful of
It's
that.
like, this is the same Hitler thing, right?
This is a guy that one of the things that came out in these emails, a child, 8 years old, or 4 to 8 years, I forget which one is he, 4 or 8 years old. He's on a yacht. I've heard this story before. I've heard it as testimony from the mouth of the person that experienced this. I can't remember where I heard it, but now it comes out in these emails that are released by the DOJ. The story is the scimitar that slices the child's foot, and they're drinking chalices of blood that are coming out of the bottom, that are pouring from his feet. And skip ahead 15 seconds or some shit.
I have heard that. You're talking about the soles of the feet?
The soles of the feet. I've heard this story. Bill
from?
Clinton is on this yacht. This kid's being passed around. He's brought there by his uncle. And I just say, skip ahead like 15 seconds if you don't want to hear this shit. Dismembering baby bodies, pulling fecal matter out of their intestines and eating it.
This was interesting as well. Still Reserve says that didn't scar. They cut his feet in a way that it wouldn't scar. I don't know what that means.
That's interesting. But they did it with a ceremonial scimitar. So, yeah, man, I mean, like I said, they're dismembering babies.
Yeah.
They're eating them. Like, this all comes out in the email. So it's like when we talked about the Netflix documentary where it's like, oh, it's 16, 17-year-old girls. And we've been going, no, you idiots, you impossibly dense retards. That is not the thing that we're talking about here. And then the DOJ releases this, and it's like, make of that what you will. It's not a conviction. It's not been brought to court. There's not been proof and sentencing and all this stuff. The DOJ released it. So these stories, at the very least, that we've heard in the past weren't just
echoed.
Yeah,
again.
They weren't just bullshit that came out of nowhere. It's like this came from somewhere and made it far enough to get on the DOJ's radar and get put into these files.
You're right. So to say like, all right, this guy crushed is funny to people who get it, but to say it and then that's out there forever, it's like, all right, well, this is what we're going to be dealing with very soon. What I will say is,
within the realm of comedy, like, I'm not saying don't joke about that, but I'm just saying it's a slippery slope. Be careful with that.
Good question for you. Would you have interviewed Jeffrey Epstein? Like that interview with
Bannon?
With Bannon, there were some points where he's talking about an astrophysicist as he's explaining the idea of a soul to Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, to Steve Bannon, and Steve Bannon like cuts him off, and he tries to do this thing where he tries to act rude to Epstein in order, like, I guess in case this ever aired, where he's like, oh, I'm shown being rude to him. I would have massaged that question, be like, yo, keep going. What guy? What did he say? What are you talking
Well,
about?
that's the thing is like, so
Also, do we want to know what this dude
you
knew?
gotta be careful with shortcuts to wisdom,
Mm.
right? Like, I don't know if you don't get there on your own. And look, as conspiracy theorists, I think we're all constantly taking shortcuts to wisdom, but I think that it leads to a gross misunderstanding of a thing. And that misunderstanding is more dangerous than the knowledge itself, because if you twist it and it doesn't fit into your worldview the correct way in its true nature, it fucks with you.
Mhm.
You know, it fucks with your spirit. Um, I don't know. Would I have interviewed him? I mean, I I mean, even to answer that question is hard, right? And that says something, because you know, if I was allowed to shoot him in the face afterwards, you know what I mean? Like, it would feel crazy to sit across from a dude who committed this level of crime and then watch him walk away. If I was interviewing him and I knew that he was chained to a table, and after this interview he's going away to a cell for the rest of his life, and it was that style, not like in his quarter zip. You know what I mean? Like, not
He loved that
not
quarter
with a
zip.
not with a coffee in his hand kind of a deal. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if I'm gonna pick this guy's brain, you know, whatever. I think this is one of those situations where Epstein, he would probably tell you the things that he's learned about reality. Let's just call it reality, like everything in general.
That's what interested me in the idea of like possibly interviewing him. Obviously, it's not possible, but like it's the way he was interacting with him, where he was like genuinely like, he's like, no, like listen to this. This is really interesting. And I'm like, this dude was trying to like show, but then it's like, what kind of traps come with that? But he was genuinely trying to show what he knew.
I think that dude probably, like Epstein,
Mhm.
probably thrives off of like you getting it. You know what I mean? Because
Right. That's what I felt like.
like
Yeah.
he's probably in a scenario where it's like you don't understand, like, you know, Odin sacrificing his eye for wisdom.
Mhm.
This is a guy that has decided that there are no costs too high, and you probably don't
Yep.
decide that from the jump.
Yep.
You probably uncover a thing and then realize what it takes to get that that next step accomplished, and you do that thing and it's bad, but you have no idea it's even worse what you have to do to get to the next step. And then eventually you turn around and there's a body, a trail of bodies behind you,
And then it's like,
and
yeah,
you go, what's another 300? What's another 10,000 kids, you know, that the MK Ultra program is
Which
taking
is-
from orphanages?
which is why I don't think he's dead right now. Which is why it's like that type, the amount of knowledge that this dude accrued,
Yeah.
he was useful. Like, and you were saying, oh, what do you like? You have this guy. And if I was able to put a bullet in his brain after, and I'm like, man, but you know what? Maybe that's not the incorrect way to approach it.
Well,
Because
I think you
I'd have the inclination to be like, why would I keep put a bullet in this guy's brain? Because like what's in his brain is
Well, you know what
fantastic,
it
but
is?
it's like this is like a King Saul keeping that other king after he's killed his whole army.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or it's like there's a guy who's building a ziggurat to the heavens, you know, so that he can shoot an arrow at God.
Yeah.
And you have an opportunity to stop this guy. And like, yeah, maybe you get some information like, yo, how did you decide how to make this gateway? You know, how did you understand that you could actually permeate this realm?
You end up putting him in a resurrection chamber and leaving him there.
Well, that's what happens. It's like, at what point does this guy speak such crazy shit to you that you go, let him cook? You know, and then who the hell knows what it turns into? But here, let's check this out, because this is another one of these things that's just, you know, he's at the center of every golden apple.
Also, I also want to say it's very funny what we're dealing with now. I don't know how these people are going to handle this. Like the rational types. They could dismiss this and hand wave away all the craziness that these guys are clearly dabbling in.
Well, it's
And
like, yeah, short of conviction, what is this? It's noise on the internet still. Noise on the internet provided by the DOJ, but ultimately noise on the internet. Certainly a psyop, and certainly what we're doing right now is exactly the point. But you, if you think I'm
Well,
not going to look at this,
But we're looking directly at the thing, and we kind of understand what's happening. I'm just talking about the political class of like political commentators, a Tim Pool, a Dave Smith,
yeah.
you know, the people that we know. It's like they're gonna look at this and be like,
Oh yeah,
that's
you're
just-
ill-equipped. If this has to
completely
do with
yeah.
UAP disclosure, psychic abilities, all this, hey guys,
demonic possession.
you
You're not even there.
wasted your fucking time.
We were talking about God, and we were like, I reject the premise. Like, all right, well, what are we talking about here now?
If you can't start with that premise, you're ill-equipped to have this conversation. So now, because of these guys, right? And everything that they decided to frame their point of view in, you're left with idiots like us. The actual intellects, the Dave Smiths, who are fantastic at framing things and going through the information and understanding a worldview, but refusing to incorporate this into their worldview, all they did was make it to that, we're what you got now.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Bottom of the barrel.
What's that? Refrigerate upon arrival. What does that say?
Who is that? Go ahead and talk, Matt.
Yeah, it's okay. You can talk.
Raven and Matt? Why would they do that?
Raven
They
and
left
Matt.
me out, bitch.
Bring it in here. Let me
Bring
see.
it
What
in.
is
Here,
it?
come on the shot.
Oh, by the way, I do want to thank Karen Wilkinson, because Karen Wilkinson sent us
Come in the shot,
a
Matt.
hell
This
of
is
a
your-
swag box.
This is your gift too.
And it was like stolen seed books and
That was truly wonderful.
dude, it was awesome. She sent so many books.
We have
and
to
she
send her
said
back some sweaters.
we do
and
have to
stuff.
send her back some swag. Karen Wilkinson is awesome. I gotta actually message her back and say, so who is this from?
All right,
Ship
guys.
to the Raven.
For the audio listeners, we just got a package that says perishable, refrigerate upon arrival.
All right.
All right, let's see. He's opening it up right now. It's really good.
You like it?
Yeah,
Is
guys.
it better hot?
If you come here, I just got a double espresso hot pistino.
Two
It
doubles.
slaps.
You got 4 shots.
I don't know what that means.
Who
Two
is this
doubles.
from?
Quadruple. I got 6
We
shots.
need to return them.
It just says Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin's best, which is
Like somebody texted us and said there was something coming.
we got a shipping label here. The standard
Cheese.
code. Whoa!
Did they send us a wheel of cheese?
Oh, hold on a second. Gift message. I think you guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. I wish nothing but the best. Forever retarded. Simma in the chat. Shout out Simma.
Hey, Simma.
Dude, these are meat sticks.
Don't just throw.
Let's go. No, this is
Yo, what is this, dude?
You
This
won't
is
get
a
it afterwards either.
that is a sack
Wow.
of meat. Is this a summer sausage?
Let's go.
A jalapeno cheddar summer sausage? Dude, I love a summer
They
sausage.
know Top's vegan. That's why it wasn't on the nasty.
Dude, we got some beef sticks too. Hell yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, pick that up, Matt.
This
pick
is
that up,
better
Matt.
than the normal wiener.
These are way better than the normal wieners. These aren't your mom's ballpark, Franks. This is something. What's going
Wow,
on?
thank you, Simma.
Whoa, cheese curds and summer sausage, dude.
What?
Oh my god. Oh, in the refrigeration pack. That's what needs to go in the fridge. This is awesome. Thank you, Simma. Hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
Like, I told you Austin's here, right? So.
Oh, Austin's here.
Oh, well,
about how long you got.
Dude, we're doing 3 episodes today.
No, I know. In between though.
Like a half-hour turnover.
Okay. At what time?
Whenever we're done with this. Anyway, we got to get back to this. Thank you so much, Simma. That's awesome, dude. I really appreciate that.
Say less than an hour.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier when I said that he seems to be at the base of all the golden apples.
Yes.
Here's another correlation. So this is from Lazi B. Truth Fairy. I don't know who she is. Doesn't matter. She says, breaking, Robert Trivers, a biologist, spoke with Epstein about feminizing men and transitioning children as young as 3 years old in the West in 2018.
Jeez, dude.
He's involved in this too. Quote, with greater molecular control over the development, we are increasingly capable of producing novel phenotypes, more feminine men, by blocking testosterone receptors or castration, fantastic, and at the same time increasing estrogen production. The one box male features.
What's that mean?
I don't know what that means. The second encourages, so one of them box male features, the other one encourages female features.
Is that what box mean?
Box is like curbs or whatever. By the way,
Is that why they call it the box saga?
oh shit. I was thinking about those homos the other day. I was like, whatever happened to those cum drinkers?
It just, I mean, cum's not going to stop.
Is it what happens? You just drink so much seed and you gain so much knowledge that you just transcend and evaporate out of this realm. And that's why we haven't heard about these guys. By the way, we are now pushing the intervention earlier. So you notice your 3-year-old son has tendencies. Now you can intervene with hormones. The pattern is undeniable. And then there's a thing. So, I mean,
This is rough.
it's like UAP disclosure, transing your kids, like torturing people, dissociative states, psychic abilities. What the,
Back to the Jews again.
what? And then, of course, the Jews.
Oh.
And this is not good because it's like they're doing everything. Now we're going to point, and we kind of already, but we're going to point everything at the Jews. I mean, it's remarkable. It is, we were served up a Trojan horse, but instead of a Trojan horse, it was a golden apple. And when we opened the golden apple over the weekend, every golden apple we've been bonking was inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I haven't been bonking these.
No, I know, but I'm saying like the
I'm
public
just looking
in general.
through them. I'm like, oh yeah, look at those. Look at these.
Yes, look at all these. Look at these.
These is
apples.
nice. Look at those.
This is nice.
Would you
Look at
those?
so shiny.
Would you look at those apples?
Here we go. Let's do this one. This came from Died Suddenly. Share this step. So
Oh, shout out died suddenly.
yes. Epstein and Bill Gates were discussing a pandemic simulation in 2017, 3 years before the lockdown. They were also discussing neurotechnologies as weapons, aka Havana syndrome.
This is what I've been talking about. Yeah.
Another apple bonked.
Yes.
Sufficiently bonked. This email dated March 3rd, 2017, written to Bill Gates by a redacted individual who was working with Larry Cohen.
Stop it.
Stop
it.
Longtime Gates
What does that have to do?
ally.
He could be Italian.
Cohen. Microsoft and the CEO and managing partner of Gates Ventures, known in 2017 as BGC3, which was Gates' personal office and think tank. The group discusses with Epstein several planned white papers on carrying out these different operations. Could Jeffrey Epstein have been involved in the planning for Event 201, the pandemic simulation drill the Gates Foundation ran in October 2019 before the lockdowns?
This was also right before he disappeared. When did he disappear?
Would have been 2019 was the end of the
Yeah.
Epstein didn't kill himself. 2020 pops off and the lockdown happens. And look, this is what I was saying too on Twitter is like, we are in, I get this, I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. But I'm going to say it.
Say it loud.
I got a disturbing feeling in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the realization, there's two things. Number one, last time this happened, they locked the world down. Last time we got this close, they locked the world down. And I'm not serving out black pills here. Doesn't matter, right? Trust in the Lord. He goes before us to prepare the way. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm just saying in the realm of things to pay attention to. The other thing is that I was of the school of thought for some time. In fact, I'm sure you can go back on previous episodes. Good luck. We do so many, but you can find me saying they're not going to release these files until they're like ready for whatever the next step is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made a tweet and I said, I'm going to look out for these three things in particular. I said, economic collapse. And people are like, it's been happening. You know, I mean, like the actual fall of the dollar, not like what's been happening, the devalue, the inflation, the instability. I'm saying the elimination of the dollar. Iran versus Israel, but like specifically in a nuclear exchange and alien disclosure, because this to me signals we're ready for another, that they let us have the Epstein thing. How long do we play with that ball? How long do we play with the Q thing and the Epstein didn't kill himself shit? We kind of played with that for like the better part of 8 months, I would say, give or take. So we had a season where we're exploring these things and they need us to do this.
Yeah.
They drop it all. They drop all the apples. We fucking mercilessly bonk them. We come to realizations. The Jews, everybody's now aware of the MK Ultra thing. Everybody's aware of the torture and the horrifying things that they're doing to the kids. We got to get that out there. Everybody has to be aware of that. Once there's a consensus and then something comes next. And I don't know what that next thing is, but I know that the things that we have on the horizon, I wouldn't be surprised if we got an amalgamation of those things. The nuclear war ushers in the disclosure. By the way, somewhere in that, the dollar collapses before the disclosure, because the disclosure, I think, has to alleviate these problems that we're faced with.
Mm-hmm.
The disclosure has to liberate us from the evil cabal. It has to fix the economic calamity. It has to stop the nuclear war. I think we got to get a little taste of some big bombs, though, so we know it's real before we get saved, kind of a deal. So, and I think that's why this dude he's like a linchpin.
Yeah.
He's the linchpin.
It's a bigger
in
linchpin
everything.
than I would have expected.
Agreed. I did not think it was like this. And I don't know really what to make of it, but it's like if you got the conspiracy board and you're drawing all the red string, the red Kabbalah bracelets from one event to another event, in the middle is Epstein.
Yeah.
They all converge. It's fucking... And I just gotta say, I was talking to God about it, and I was like,
"What did God say?"
We haven't talked. He doesn't answer me yet. But because I was saying it this morning on the way to the show, and I was just like, this feels too much like theater. This is a banger of a story.
Look at this one. This one you put up here just recently.
Yeah, what the?
Yeah, we should explore the biological consequences of time travel. Jeffrey Epstein in 2011. You
Yep.
said big shout out to Candace Owens on there.
It was a joke a little bit, you know, because I don't like whatever's going on with Candace is
Too much. It's
too much.
it's too much going on. So all of these people
That's sexy though.
have been sent in the same direction.
Yep.
They've been put in formation since the idea of at least the idea of Nephilim shit. Nephilim shit kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say that like popped it off, but like right around that time, and it's not us that started. There've been a lot of people that have been talking about this, but that meme was the beginning of this like turning.
Yeah.
Then you had the Tucker Carlson thing, and you had Roseanne Barr talking about this.
Yeah.
And then downhill from there, then you have Candace Owens throwing her hat in the ring. And she actually has some other interesting tweets as well.
Jack Posobiec just came out because I
Man,
have the
fuck
article.
Jack Posobiec.
Yeah, yeah. I have the article. Maybe we'll get to it if we have time, if we get through some of this Epstein stuff. But New York Times, you know, article about a 3,300-year-old text.
33, huh?
That reinforces the idea of like biblical giants, more or less. I'm paraphrasing what it says, but I'm like, that's a weird thing. That's a weird thing to throw in here, like right at the end. It was like so many things were happening in just January of 2026. Like to me, it's very clear they have built up a bunch of apples.
Yeah.
And then they're like, boom, all of them, release them all at once. Like that's what it feels like. And you gotta ask yourself, like, there's a lot of effort in building up the theater, the script, fleshing out the storyline to this degree. For you to pull the linchpin out and let it all come flowing is like, you must have something that's coming up next.
This is what like Ed Mabry asked us. He was like, why do you guys think disclosure now? We've been talking about this for a long time. And I'm like, well, Ed,
I mean, it's gotten a lot more disclosure-y since the last time we talked to Ed. That was
a lot
week
more
ago.
disclosure. But again, like here's a fair point, and I always say this. I don't know how bad things can actually get. Like my mom's like, she's been saying, oh, it's the end times forever.
10 days of darkness.
10 days
Don't
of darkness.
go outside. It's a
And
mimic.
She might be right, but the thing is, she's been saying it for 20 years. She's like,
Yeah.
how much worse could it get? And I was like, well, I don't think we could imagine how bad it can get, but this is pretty bad.
Well, Still
We're close.
Reserves said we should all be grateful we are here to witness this. I can't tell you, like, I was on the way here today, on the way to work, and I was thanking God, dude. Like,
This is what we do for work.
what?
We get to notice.
I used to eat things from dumpsters, dude.
I get to wear a dangerous retards hat and notice this kind of shit.
How many times have you gripped the steering wheel of a truck and been sad and upset and pissed off and lost? Why am I doing this job? I feel like I'm supposed to do something else.
Mhm.
Why am I? It's cold outside. It's dark outside. I miss my family. I miss my kids. And then God was like, here you go, yoink, blop, and dropped us here. And this is what we get to do. And we get to do it at a time that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't want to, dude, this is the coolest shit ever. Take that how you want it.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Epstein slices the feet of babies with scimitars and drinks their blood. I'm not saying that's cool. I'm saying God positioned us in this time to be able to talk to people and talk to people. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was freaking out on the way here this morning to come and talk about this thing. Bring this up on the screen real quick. It's a short one. We got another one from Nicki Minaj. Everyone knows Chrissy Teigen has / had a dick, allegedly.
That's crazy.
Very funny, Nicki Minaj. Very funny. Very funny.
But these are Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Those
Yeah.
are other people who are like prolific blood drinkers.
Yes, dude. They were centerpieces in the entire Pizzagate.
They're
By
at
the
the
way,
Obama parties.
Cosme-
Pizzagate. We haven't even talked about Pizzagate. Nick Hinton put up a great tweet about Pizzagate. He said, hey guys, remember where Woody and Buzz got abducted in the first Toy Story?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like Pizza Planet. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Pizza
oh
Planet,
my
bro.
God, it's right
and
in
it's
your
got
face.
Saturn on it.
Yeah,
It's got
dude.
Saturn as the logo.
Love that movie. but
What's the
man,
name of the pizza place with that was trafficking kids?
Comet.
Comet Pizza mentioned a shit ton of times in these DOJ files.
There was another email where these people were talking about the pizza party that they were at or going to.
Dude,
and
they mentioned pizza like 2,000 times in these files.
very disturbing.
They love pizza.
Tune out if you guys don't want to hear this next part, but like I actually read this and I went to sleep and it was really bothering me. But they were like, yeah, the pizza party was great. The cheese was still melting, and I'm like,
Oh,
what the does that mean,
shoot him.
man?
Shoot him.
I don't even think shoot them. No, like that's like you don't get rid of entities like that by shooting them.
No, I mean I agree, but it is
What is going on in the world? What's going on with the people?
I
How
have
are
this
they?
Russia Today thread, and I can see the first words in the caption from Russia Today are, quote, "There's nothing like new baby smell." And that's a whole thread. And I kind of want to save that. Maybe we'll bounce on this. Maybe we'll go to something a little bit more lighthearted from our sweet sweet brother in Christ, Jay Dyer, who says Mormon blood, Epstein.
Mormon blood is also a very interesting. So let's talk about this before we get into
This is the most interesting shit.
I was listening to Tony Merkel's show
Yeah.
today. He was doing an episode on giants in Utah.
Okay.
There's like a megalithic cave, and there's like some lore around giants being in Utah. And then they start to one of his co-hosts, not his brother, the other guy, he starts going into the idea of Mormons protecting these caves because the Mormons think that they might have some sort of genetic compatibility with the giants or the Nephilim that were in these caves, were living in these caves. You start to think about what's his name? Luddy. Luddy and the Lovelock Caves and all that. But that's on a different island.
Luddy is on the Solomon Islands. The Lovelock Caves I think that was in North America. That's where they smoked out the Native Americans, smoked them out. Yeah.
Same idea with this Utah phenomenon. Now it's like there are Indians there that they basically said that, like, there were giants in here, and they're not like fucking around.
Yeah.
Like there were giants in here. It's
just a fact.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
But now the Mormons have kind of taken over this cave. Let's read what Jay Dyer has to say about Mormons. And maybe we should try to apologize to Heidi Love and talk to her about what
we were supposed to. She invited us on the show, but I just never. Well, I talked back and forth with her. We never solidified anything.
Okay.
So here I have this. This is the email. This is Jay Dyer, says Mormon blood Epstein.
Shout out, not nice guy.
I'm gonna try.
We're not implicating you.
No, it's not. I know you're not drinking babies or whatever. Not nice guy.
Are you?
Maybe. Still, this is the email. It says, still, I wanted more from Jeffrey, and he was often distant and dismissive. Actually, I don't think this is an email. This is something
like a testimony.
Yeah. That I think Jay thinks is relevant at this time. Still, I wanted more from Jeffrey, and he was often distant and dismissive of me and my feminine charms. One night, as the sun set over Little St. James Island, I stood in the room where Jeffrey had just received a therapeutic massage from one of my daughter's friends.
What the?
The room was covered in a genius's seed, which was going to waste. Good God.
What does this mean?
A genius's seed? Coom. It's just coom everywhere.
And it was going to waste?
Well, yeah, because it wasn't going in anything. I mean, he was doing like, what would you call it? Eugenics, not eugenics. Is eugenics the proper word?
Yeah.
Where he's like trying to
a birthing program.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure
genetic program. I guess
you're aware of that.
Okay, well, let's keep reading that. Yes,
I had inspiration and asked the chef to bring me an extra large turkey baster, and in a beautiful fertility ritual, created my youngest daughter. Redacted. Jeez, dude.
Extra large? Why does it have to be so big?
It's a lot of
seed.
A lot of seed.
But how big is a turkey baster?
It's a big.
How much seed do you make? I mean, realistically.
Well, let's just say
a turkey baster?
What else are you going to have?
What do you mean?
You got like one of those teardroppers you feed kittens milk in? You know what I'm saying? Like a turkey baster is a reasonable thing to have.
Extra large? I mean, a syringe.
Did she say extra large? Oh.
She said extra large, dude.
Maybe he's one of those kind of guys. At first, Jeffrey was furious.
What kind of guy?
I don't think well, there's,
Chat right now, let me know the volume.
Chat, is this real?
Is this real, chat?
At first, Jeffrey was furious, but I pointed out that by staggering daughters every 8 years, he would always have a supply of ripe girls at his disposal. Good God. It's just a reminder that the language here, the content of today's episode.
Are these those aren't his kids though, right?
Seems to be that way.
Wow.
He bought me to a house at blankety blank, got my oldest daughter into blank by donating $50,000 to their gender studies program.
Interesting.
And paid for my youngest daughter to attend Redacted. And all she had to do was send him a pint of Mormon blood every week.
Okay. The Mormon blood. This is actually very interesting that Tony Tony hit on it, and I don't think he understood. Well, I don't even think this came out when he released that
No,
episode.
heck no, because he records his shit so like he's backlogged pretty
No,
far.
no, those
the
episodes,
slingshot episode.
yeah, he does them. I guess like they're kind of live. But,
Okay.
they're definitely weekly because he's talking about new stuff. But this hadn't come out yet.
This
Oh
is crazy,
boy,
dude.
Tony
you know what's
Merkel.
really nuts too? By the way, we're doing this live.
Tony Merkel using the Holy Spirit.
We got a lot of Patreon viewers watching this,
Shout out to you guys.
and I know that this hasn't really hit other social media platforms yet.
Yeah, we should.
So this is kind of breaking for a lot of people who, like, let's say you just live in a life, you listen to the show, you like to listen live, you're not on Twitter.
Oh yeah, a lot of you guys ain't on Twitter.
And this hasn't, like, I heard mentions of it on
They don't
TikTok a
understand
little
the
bit.
things I say on Twitter, man. After this, like that song slaps harder than ever.
Yeah, it's been making its resurgence.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating because people are listening to this right now. We're actually breaking this for a lot of the listeners because a lot of people aren't on Twitter the way we are. And also it's become, aware. I've become aware that this isn't everybody's algorithm.
Yeah.
And not everybody's, even though this is
it
broken.
on Facebook as well?
Nope.
And it's not on, I haven't seen it on
I heard
Instagram a
2
little.
videos on TikTok as my wife was watching it.
Next week. Yeah, this is how things work.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Panda Fly says no Twitter for her.
Yes, Twitter first. And then you guys will get a
Everything
heavily
is downstream.
redacted version
Yep.
on Facebook and Instagram. I think it'll be like Twitter for a week. Then Instagram will be the next thing. Probably TikTok. I don't mess with that. And then Facebook gets it last
Yeah.
with all like
All the boomers
it's
get it.
just gonna be lies.
History lies, yeah.
Yeah.
He wants a pint of Mormon blood every week. Thank you, Jeffrey. You helped so many people and gave me the Italian marble tiles in my kitchen steam shower and a ranch of my own to continue the great work. Great work
The
being
Great Commission.
great work is capitalized. That's fascinating. Also, a quick thank you to Ghislaine. I'll never know how to pronounce her name. By the way, I haven't said anything to the feds yet and won't as long as those USPS money orders keep arriving from Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center. Stop by Redacted for your first session of dynamic sexuality. Bring a friend or even a dozen. We'll make it worth your time. I'm Esther Cohen Tizer Epstein, and I approve of this message. Wild. And then we have a follow-up here that says you don't have to like Epstein Mormon blood letter, but there are facts you can't run away from. Esther Cohen is a real person. Esther married a cult leader and raised 2 of her daughters in that environment. One of Esther's daughters went to Smith College, a school with renowned gender studies program. She's now an advocate for white genocide through abortion. In addition to that, Bali is mentioned in the doc. The original source of the redacted photo has been located, and the daughter's Facebook page talks about Bali. One of Esther's daughters went to the University of Utah, where she would theoretically have access to Mormon blood. And the 5th one is the companies mentioned in the letters are real and theoretically could have been set up as fronts to launder money for human trafficking activities. Man.
The list goes on and on. Another interesting one about people that are correlated to this, and I'm like, I don't know. There's a picture of what appears to be the mayor of New York's mother.
Oh,
This guy-
yeah.
Zoran Mondani.
There's also a picture of him as a child with a bunch of these people.
Oh yeah, here's one. And I mean him as a child with his mom and Epstein. It's just really interesting. But some of the time frames do match up. And upon some further research with this lady, I'm trying to just verify so that I get my facts straight. Where it's like, it's one of those things where like, okay, yeah, so you're in a picture with this person and that's all good and fine. But who are you dating? She was dating somebody named Epstein at the time. She's working on a documentary about child sexuality
Man.
in this same time period that, her son would have been basically a newborn at this point. And it's like, well, what are the odds? What's happening? And why are all these people in such high positions of power now?
Dude,
And the crazy thing too is they're not necessarily in a high position of power. It's like, oh, well, this person's ultra right wing or this person's ultra left wing. This guy's obviously ultra left wing, but I mean, it's both. It's everywhere. This guy Epstein has covered his bases with this right hand path, left hand path.
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
which is, it also makes it very frustrating dealing with like assholes like Timothy Alberino, where we've got to pick a side. It's like, dude, you are smothered. You're smothered with this shit. And on top of it, the layer on top of it is like alien disclosure, MK Ultra.
Well, let's do it again then.
child
Here,
sexual trafficking.
Jay Anderson.
Shout out Jay Anderson. This
he
guy
goes,
rules.
UFOs and Jeffrey Epstein, the founder of the PSYOP military-led UFO contact group Skywatcher. We mentioned that earlier, right? That I have been calling out since day one is in the Epstein files, trying to arrange a meeting. So this is gaining traction. Jay is a guy that was just on Joe Rogan's podcast, and
Joe Rogan has a podcast?
he does have a podcast. I don't know
Very
when he
cool.
started or how long he's been doing it. He might be a little bit new. Maybe we could teach him a thing or two if he contacts us. But this whole thing is starting to unravel.
Yeah.
In a magnificent way. And I just think that, like, right now, my feed is just, if I go back here, is that it? Yeah. So you can see, like, no, bring it up on the screen real quick. I want to show this off. So the AF post 2018, Jeffrey Epstein
Look at his
recounts
face.
laughing about Jews controlling the
Is there anything about the weather in these
there
drops?
has to be. Somebody type in weather. Here we go is another one. The attached email is the most shocking email I've seen yet. The Epstein release. No one's talking about it. We've had another serious incident since an American shot the trial judge in our child trafficking case here. Is this going back to what happened when they got Anthony Weiner's laptop and all of the police and the chief of police ended up dying, who viewed it. Here's another one. Epstein includes numerous derogatory remarks against Goyim, which he used as an insult by Epstein to Josh, an unnamed. It's just like it goes on and on. Jay Anderson, more UFO stuff. Here we go. Gons talking about this Epstein.
This is the one we pulled up before. It's interesting too, like how, so there are jokes between like people and they're talking about everybody else. You would get the same thing if you went into like an all black group chat. If you went like the young
I have
Republicans,
Spanish family and white family, so I would always be jarred when I would go over to hang out with the Spanish family, and they would just be like talking mad shit about white people.
Yeah. You'll
and
see
I'm
that
like,
a lot.
I'm fucking.
Yeah, it's like my wife is white. Like it's just kind of white.
My
Like,
mom is white.
but it's all good.
Well, here, this is actually, let's bring this one up here. This actually bolsters it. Maybe we could watch this real quick.
Yeah.
Autistic clips.
Asmund Gold is very funny.
Let's actually just watch this. It's only 19 seconds long.
Oh, here we go. Goyim were were born to only serve us, he said in a 2010 sermon. Without that, they have no place in the world, only to serve the people of. Guys, this is insane.
Dude, it's everything.
Yeah.
What a weekend we've had.
It's a beautiful weekend.
It is a crazy time to be in this. And it's an even crazier time to be in, like, guys, try not to bonk these apples. Stay focused on Jesus Christ. The world's about to get real crazy.
Hold on, I got a banger for you right here. Listen to this one. Dude, it's very funny. And it's hard not to like laugh.
Yeah.
Here, and also classic guy. Classic.
Oh, look at him. Yeah.
Let's see if we have the audio for this.
Predator.
So Steve Bannon asked him,
What are you, class 3 predator?
Tier 1.
Was tier 1's the highest and worst?
No.
so it's just really quick. So what are you, like class 3? And he's like, no, I'm tier 1.
Tier 1, motherfucker.
Dog.
What are you talking about?
We run shit around here. We're tier 1, baby.
Oh my God. It is so wild.
Get it right, Steven.
I'm trying to decide where I want to go from here because I do have this. Maybe we can go through this and I'll start to sift through it because it was just like, even just this morning trying to go through all of the crap that's been, released.
Oh, forget it. Thousands
It's
of files.
insane. So here, let's bring this up. So this is from Russia Today, right? That's what RT is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the actual one. Doesn't look like it, right? They would have 3.3 million followers. Okay. Maybe
Yeah, I guess they just have a bad reputation, so they're not allowed to have a little blue checky.
So we're looking at what he's pulling out here. He says there's nothing like new baby smell.
I mean, that is true. Like the new babies, they smell so
I used to
nice.
smell the top of my son's head a lot, and he did smell like smelled
fresh, like a fresh car.
like a fresh baby. Philanthropist Barnaby Marsh links up with Jeffrey Epstein. The context makes it very disturbing.
Yeah, within context, yes.
Yeah. This is interesting. Fortune cookie predictions from one of Epstein's emails. So this is from GVcation. And I guess this is to Jeffrey Epstein, and the fortune cookies said the following things. You will be horribly mangled. You will not have a moment's peace. The woman you love is betraying you. You will be bought in a thrashing machine. Premature death awaits you. This feels a lot less like fortune cookies and more like some sort of Project Looking Glass AI probability machine spitting out shit.
Yeah.
I think fortune cookie is a not a misnomer, but a
A code
euphemism.
name.
Yeah, a code name.
So
Maybe.
who is that to? This is judging Jeffrey Epstein. Oh shit, the Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama, baby.
I mean,
Dalai
this dude
Lama
was-
met with Jeffrey Epstein.
He was like tongue kissing kids, right?
Yes, he was. He's mentioned in the Epstein files at least 169 times. The Dalai Lama is. Oh, here's a nice picture of him doing a little tongue kiss to and that's just how you greet children. Going now to an event with the Dalai Lama. This is sent from Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, so he's going to an event with the Dalai Lama. They're tight like that, and that explains why he. Imagine the hubris of a little monk man dressed in robes, where he thinks so little of the rest of humanity that he will openly attempt to tongue kiss children
In front of people. It's like
in
very
front
like
of
Joe
people
Biden.
with cameras. I mean, he's a guy that's everybody's watching him. Everybody's there. All eyes are on him. You know, he's the center of attention, and he's like, I'm gonna lick this kid's mouth right in front of you, and everybody's gonna go, wow.
Well, look at Joe Biden, right? What he did with those little girls, sniffing their heads, grabbing their breasts, and on like
Pinching their nipples. Yeah, remember
on,
that?
on community TV. For
Yep.
like, yeah, it's wild. But maybe they had the right idea. I mean, listen, what are you going to do about it?
No, I mean that is it. Yeah, it's effectively saying that. What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing at all. I mean,
Apparently nothing.
what can and that's the question too. You posted that thing on Twitter.
Holy shit.
What did you post on Twitter? It was like
Jeffrey Epstein's Gmail is live, and you could browse his entire Gmail.
yeah, somebody made a replication of all these emails. I mean, genius idea, and you can go through it and click it like they're like regular emails.
That's crazy.
That's kind of funny. But yeah, your tweet was a call to action.
Yeah.
And it's like anybody who's ordered pizza in the last 10 years, what do we do?
Well, that's the thing is
Nothing.
Is
What can you do?
we see these people that get out in the streets, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion that I'm about to try to structure.
I'm
And deliver.
excited. Hurry up.
Well, everybody wants to say like it's time
Mhm.
to get these people out of power, to do this, to do X, Y, and Z. We need to see people being hung. Really, what you're saying, military tribunals, really what you're saying is you want to see some governing body of good guys hold these people accountable, which is a highly unlikely scenario. And if it does take place, it's only part of a further piece of psychological operation theater.
Yeah, what good guys? The good guy that like
The
Elon.
white hats, the white hats.
So Elon Musk who's like,
White
well,
hats.
Donald Trump doesn't want to release the files because he's in them. And then turns out that Elon is in them. And there's emails from him like, hey, Jeff, when's the party?
Yeah.
Okay. Which good guys?
I don't know, but
Tim?
then he's still maintaining. Elon's like, oh, I never went though. He invited me to a lot of things. I never went, and I'm still excited for the release of these things. He actually said this like within the last day or so.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like,
listen,
okay,
whatever,
whatever.
dude.
If you set yourself up to have plausible deniability because you're going to play the hero in this piece of theater, I don't see that as being unlikely. If you're going to play the white hats, I don't see that as being unlikely. But you guys got to recognize what you're saying is I want that scenario to take place. I want a governing body of good guys to hold the bad guys accountable, because at the end of the day, you're not going to do shit.
Elon Musk is the type of dude to stick his dick in crazy, and he's been known to do it over and over again. He's got a baby from one of these crazy bitches.
Who,
right
by the
now.
way, she's predicting some crazy things. Grime or whatever her name is.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the other crazy bitch.
whichever
You
other
see what I
crazy-
mean, though?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the dude that sticks his dick in crazy all the time. We're
He's
just
the
supposed to
hero.
believe that he didn't
He's the
stick
hero.
it. He didn't stick his dick in crazy this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
But you're asking to go to the parties to stick your dick in crazy.
and that's just it. Like
All right.
nobody's gonna do shit. We get a little brief window of what it means to get up and mobilize and do shit. And what that looks like right now is the ICE protesters. It's like, is ICE out of control and murdering people? And did they trick a bunch of people into like cheering for effectively martial law? Yes. But are the protesters like the good guys? No. They're a bunch of fat liberal retards. And so it takes somebody who is fundamentally broken and cringy and embarrassing
Mm-hmm.
to go out into the streets and mobilize in any way, shape, or form. I know because I've been there. I've been at the Tea Party movements and looked around and it looked like the LP Georgia convention. I've been to Occupy Wall Street and looked around and it looked like the LP Georgia convention. What I mean by that is fat, disheveled, what's the practice of looking at a person and determining their characteristics? Physiognomy is like
Poor.
very poor. Everyone is betrayed by it. Everywhere you look, there's just people that are absolutely out of their minds. They think they're going to affect change. It's just that they have no ability to think a couple of steps down the line and go outside of standing here with a sign. What am I going to do? What am I prepared to do?
Nothing.
And also, it's a body of people that are incapable of doing anything. They're fat, weak, retarded slobs.
Okay, so what happens if you get a body of people, let's say military-age men that are physically fit with the most up-to-date weaponry, tanks, drones, and all that?
I'm not going to say that you can't defeat because I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think you can. You know, we do outnumber them. A lot of us are going to bleed from the ears.
I don't think you do.
I think a lot of us are going to bleed from the ears, but I don't think that anybody's prepared to make that kind of a sacrifice. Nobody's prepared to be like, you will not do any damage. The first 700 of you will do 0 damage. You will all bleed from the ears and eyes, and you will die. But by that time, we might have overwhelmed them with numbers.
This would be like, they can't kill us all, right? And then you look back like, damn, they killed us all.
But dude, that's it. We're not doing anything.
You're not gonna, and I don't think we're supposed to do anything, because
no,
the solution is not to do it. Like, all right, we're gonna storm Area 51. You know what they got there? Well, what they had there before they moved it. If they wanted to, if you were storming Area 51, they would have just drove a UAP through you. You wouldn't even been able to see it.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have seen it. You'd be like, they just exploded. Why
these people just got splattered? What happened?
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
Subliminal messenger says earplugs and diapers. Yeah, that's what you're going to need. If you want to have any hope at doing this, earplugs and diapers are fundamental. You will shit yourself when they hit you with that weapon.
And to be honest, they wanted to keep those people alive to tell the story. They probably could have just exploded their heads.
Of course they could have done that.
So it's like, don't.
But I'm not attributing all powerful whatever to the government or whatever.
I'm attributing all powerful technology to them.
Even the Havana syndrome thing that happened in Venezuela, like I know that's a great story to tell us, especially going into these times. That's a great thing to get us to believe.
Epstein was talking about in 2011.
That's true. He was. He really wanted. You know what it is? It's a sideways way. It's a passive aggressive way of saying like, well, you can't do anything because we'll just pop your brains.
You know what the real answer is?
Mattcoin. Invest early. Hold.
Are you not invested? Are you not holding Mattcoin? What are you doing?
I think that
so the reality is there are technologies beyond our grasp that we have no capability of even understanding right now. They're already using it on people consistently. How do you fight the forces of darkness? Now this is very tied in with the UAP, UFO phenomenon, the alien phenomenon. And if we're to assume that these things are not demonic, we have no recourse against what to do with them. So maybe we could just hope for some other malevolent or benevolent government entity to bail us out, Tim. But no, that's not the way to do it, man. There's one hope. There's only one thing to do. And it's not politics. It's not libertarian theory.
Yeah.
It's not picking up and LARPing with a weapon. That's not going to get you any. That's going to get you blapped big time. And I think you guys already know what it is. I'm not even going to go ahead and beat that drum. But you better do it from the right angle, because I don't know. You want to go out there and LARP like the Sons of Sceva. Good luck. But what we're dealing with here, what are we dealing with? When you look at a guy like Jeffrey Epstein, this is like lizard person in a skin suit is not far off, but it's a real human being. It's just underneath this. Yeah. What is that?
Well,
and does a bullet through his head work?
And I do want to go back and say that these dreams of like a well-oiled militia, the tree of liberty has to be watered with the blood of fucking patriots everyone. You don't get that. You know what you get? Faggots, Naruto running at Area 51. That's what you get. That's what you get. And I almost feel bad. This is almost a little bit black pilling. The vast majority of us are so weak and disgusting. So weak and disgusting, so full of fantasy in our minds about our own capabilities. The same way
full of fantasy about what violence is well.
You know, the ghost hunter that goes into the building and then they encounter like a spirit and then they get scared and they run out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Somebody who gets in their mind, they're going to go on the front lines of these protests, and then all of a sudden they get the shit beat out of them and they get shot in the chest. It's the same thing. You're going into something you're grossly unprepared for.
Yeah.
Grossly unprepared for. And the worst part about it is you don't even know that. It's one thing to like grit your teeth and be like, this is what has to be done. And I know that I'm not the person to do the job, but I have no disillusions about the level of violence. About that. I'd be like, hey, man, you're fully informed. And like, I appreciate that. You're going to die. But like, you're saying you're okay with that? Legend. Good for you, dude. It's another thing to put on your greaves and your wrist braces, buy a bunch of shit off Amazon, put on a Batman mask, and go and scream in the faces of ICE until they body slam you when you're permanently crippled. Like, that's a different thing. That's a different thing, dude. And that's embarrassing. And so I don't know, man. Maybe there is a point where you cross the line and you go, time to go toss my body at the machine, at the grinding machine, and see what happens. But by the way, here's a little fun tidbit for you. This comes from somebody named Grace. You don't have to pull it up. Really graceful, whatever, on FBI report. According to this report, which is supported by redacted photos, in the 1980s, Epstein was part of a group called the Greyhounds, who met at a clothing optional beach in Sandy Hook, New Jersey. I don't know. It's just fun. It
Sandy
just
Hook?
never ends. It's just so many connections to all your favorite conspiracies. This is by design. This is a fascinating component to the theater that we're being subjected to right now, is that this guy is connected to everything.
And it's meant to make you feel hopeless. And I feel like I did a little bit of that there, make people feel hopeless, but I don't think we're called to feel hopeless about it.
No.
There's a very clear answer, and it is biblical. And I know it's going to sound like a cop-out, but it's like, yo, your battle's not against flesh and blood. If you're going to go up there with, I don't know, high-tech armor or your BDEs and your 3D printed guns and shit, it was like, it's not only that you're outgunned, but like, I don't know, let's say you do something. Then what? What changes? What have you changed? Is this allowed to proliferate in a nation that is actually focused on Jesus Christ? Is this allowed to grow?
It's the world, right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the world. And Jesus never told us that, like, hey, you can save the world, right? And in fact, we're told to come out of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you look at this Epstein thing, and it truly is the linchpin in the great everything, the octopus of global control, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're not spiritually grounded in Jesus Christ and you're looking at the Epstein thing, you could fly off the handle.
Yeah. And look right there. Somebody says, C-Dub says, Jesus says, have no fear. 100%. 100%. I said it on Twitter. Maybe I could find the tweet because it's articulated a little bit better than maybe I could do it now. But yeah, no, this whole thing.
We got to get like a fear not.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. This whole thing is supposed to make you afraid. That's the goal of it, right? And I said something to the effect of like, all of the things that are happening. I wish I could find it because I don't want to fuck it up. It wasn't super great. Oh, this is funny. My family sees midget in Chili's, and my son says, "That's exciting." It's not every day that you get to see that. I was the funniest shit. We were sitting there waiting for you at Chili's, and he just sees this midget, and he's like, "That's cool."
It is cool.
Like, it is cool, dude. It's cool to see.
Yeah, you saw a leprechaun.
Okay, so I said this month is officially over. That was January 31st.
Any midgets watching the show?
Oh,
if there is a midget watching the show, reach out to us. I'll send you some t-shirts.
Extra large t-shirts only though.
Did he touch the ground? No, for real. Isn't that cool?
Hell yeah, dude. If there's a midget out there, I would love to.
There's got to be one.
See this? I'm glad that you think this because I was gonna say this to you and I was like,
you think?
And I was like, they're not gonna get it if I say this. But I said this in my mind. I was this close to saying that.
Any little people?
I was like, this show would benefit tremendously from the presence of a midget.
You all, Atma. How dare you?
How dare you, Atma? What the?
We're average sized people.
So I just said this month is officially over and the year has just begun. Already
Okay.
we've got ICE riots, civilian deaths, Epstein files full of baby dismemberment, and AI becoming self-aware. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh yeah, there's a
multiple.
Actually, and I'm trying to get that affiliate tag because they're totally they're using the lobster.
Your shit. Yeah.
Well, I'll allow it.
Okay.
I kind of like it.
All right.
They're
I think
doing their
it'd be
thing.
funny if you could lead them. And then I
I
said,
just want to be part of it.
but after that, because that is something we should maybe talk about that a little bit. And I said, fear not, the Lord goes before us to prepare the way. That's it. This is not about fear. It's an impossible elephant to ignore. I'm not going to come on the show and ignore all of these remarkable things that are unfolding, but that does not mean be afraid. And just because I tell you that the front line of protest is filled with nothing but incapable fat faggots is not a way of making you afraid or blackpilling you. The Lord goes before us and prepares the way. We're not going to align with the world and create some sort of militarized resistance that we've seen in all of our favorite games and all of our favorite shows and all of our favorite movies. That's not for us. That's not what we're not with either side. We're with the Lord, right? Which side are you on? ICE protesters or ICE himself? I'm with the Lord. Which side are you on? Are you against the Jews? Are you for? I'm with the Lord. That's it. That's our position.
White hat or black hat, man. If you had to pick a side,
no,
come on, the good guys.
But that is it.
Yeah.
And when you think about that, right? I'm not for you. I'm for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense as to why they're constantly like, no. False binary. Left-hand path, right-hand path. Which one? Pick a white hats, black hats.
How
Pick
dare
one.
you
Pick
come,
one.
if you ever come on my show and ask me to pick, I'll stab you
With a pick.
with
An ice pick.
with an ice pick connected to a whip.
So I don't know. It's amorphous a little bit because you're like, well, what does that mean? It's like, well, you got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to ask God to keep you in alignment with his plan. You got to ask the Holy Spirit to come and guide you and be with you, reveal things to you. The faith is what's going to get you through this. Not like faith in like faith in that the way will be prepared for you.
Yeah.
And obviously align yourself with other people that are, of the same school of thought. But I think particularly faith in that God is going to go ahead of you and prepare the way. Is it going to be a surprise to anybody if the world goes to shit? Haven't we all been sitting here forever saying the world's going to go to shit in a really big way?
All I tweeted and it went viral was I said, what did I say? This is all hell's going to break loose. And there were some people like, well, what exactly do you mean by that? And I'm like, well, if you don't fucking know what I mean by that, if by opening your eyeballs.
That's so crazy.
But it did go viral and there's like, a couple, I don't know, 100,000 views on it. It's because it's something that resonates. People are already understanding. Owen Benjamin nailed it. He goes, all hell already did break loose. And I was like, no, you're right. I agree with that. It's just
the implications. The waves haven't gone out fully.
People haven't noticed yet.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, like the gates are open. All hell has broken loose. It's already happened. You're living through it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You're blapping and you're guaming with us as we roll through the gates of hell.
Well, I love this. I love it. Neph to America, your cultural commentary for the end of days. Like, that's it, man. We're not here to give you solutions. We're not here to tell you to mobilize. We're not the guy from that movie, that classic piece of media where he goes, you've got to get mad. Like, no, dude. The world has been worlding forever. They've been worshiping Canaanite deities, eating children, ripping off the poor. They've been doing this since the jump. I think the big trick is pull the veil back and then all of a sudden get you to like fight for the world or some shit. We're not called to do that. We're not called to do that.
You know what we're called to do, David? We're called to obey, submit, and comply. See you later.